AI tools are getting scary good right now. Using AI tools, you can now take an image and convert it into a 3D model with color ready for 3D printing. In this video, I'm going to show you my entire workflow on how I created this sushi nigiri with colors assigned ready for 3D printing. So let's get into it. The AI tool I'm going to use today is called Hi3D. Now this recently was called Hi3D and I've done videos on it in the past, so check those out if you want to. But now they've done a bit of rebranding and they're now called Hi3D. This video is sponsored by Hi3D, so shout out to them for letting me play around with their AI tools so that I could create this content for you. If you like what you see in this video, then you can check the links in the description and create your account to Hi3D today. Once you create an account on Hi3D, you'll be presented with a homepage that looks like this. So to give you a quick run through, you have your main tools on the left-hand side, such as text to image, 3D model generation, stylized texture, split to print, and multicolor print, which is the main one we're going to focus on today. You can get straight into it just by dropping in an image and then hitting generate, but I'm going to show you the whole workflow, so make sure you stick around for that. Up the top, you'll have other stuff like events. There's lots of competitions always going on this platform. You have some resources you can check out for tutorials, etc. And then there's some other stuff like how many credits you have and your account management. So let's get right into how do you create a model and then how do you use this new multicolor print so that you can assign colors to your model ready for 3D printing. I'll run through this quickly and show you how it works, and then we'll actually go through the step-by-step process. The first thing you'll do is create a model. You'd go to your 3D generation, and I already have one model created here, and I'll load this up. So this is the test case that I'm looking at. It's like a wood elf character, and it has some base colors to it. So you have your whites, your greens, and your browns. Once you create a model, it loads into your assets, and then we can use those assets for the multicolor print section. There's a couple of ways you can access the multicolor print tool from here. You can go straight down once you have a model created to the multicolor print, or if you're going back into the main screen and you already have your asset created, you can just go to the multicolor print here. In this menu, you'll have two options. You can load from a local, so you can actually upload models that you've already created, or you can select from your assets, which is what we've got. We've already created an asset. We're going to reuse it. So we can go to assets. Here's the wood elf we created, and you can click OK and confirm, and then click on generate and give that a moment and it will go into the next stage. Here is our wood elf character loaded into the multicolor feature, and the AI will basically simplify the colors. So before we had lots of different gradients and variations of color, and it's now brought that down into kind of some key base colors. There's a few options we can adjust to change our result. So down the bottom, you have your color count. This is the main one you're going to probably play with. It will give you an amount, but that can go quite high at times. It's giving us 6 to work with. We could drop that all the way down and just have one color, but as you step up, you'll see that different areas are colored different colors. So you have 2, we then go to 3 and 4. You can see some browns being added, 5, there's another shade of brown added for the hair, and 6. You can see all the colors that are loading in and being applied to different areas of the model. The cool thing about this feature is you can also load up your own printer with your own colors and then apply it to this model. Up the top here, you'll have set print preferences. You can click on that and go to edit print preferences. Now I've already set up my Bambu Lab H2C, but you can click on add printer. There's a bunch here you can pick from, such as Anycubic, Bambu Lab, Creality. Not everything, but there's enough of the popular multicolor printers on here to work with. So I'm just sticking with my Bambu Lab H2C, and then you can actually select the colors that you're going to use. And these can be either in PLA, PETG, ABS, TPU. So we're just using PLA, and there's 2 types of PLA as well, basic and matte, but we're just going to use PLA basic. So you know whatever you're picking here, if you're using Bambu Lab filaments, is going to match what goes into the model and what is actually printed. So using this wood elf character, we can probably break this down into maybe 3 colors. So you have the skin, the dress, and then the leaf work as well. So we can do white for the skin and probably a green and then a brown, and we click confirm. So it hasn't actually done anything yet. What you need to do is go to filament simulation, and this is where it will simulate your own filament selections. So we can click on that and you can see those all come in, and it's going to just apply the colors we picked close to what it picked. So it's going to sort of mix browns with browns and greens with greens, but we just want 3 colors, so we need to drop that down to 3, and there we go. And you can change this around a bit as well. So if you click on one of these, it will sort of highlight what is selected as the model that it's applying the color to. So you can click on this one. For example, you pick on the cocoa, you can see it's picked most of the dress and the hair, but instead this one is a little bit down here. So we want to change this one maybe to a white. So there's our white skin. Now it hasn't actually applied any green. Maybe if we move that to like 4, it might give us some options. So we'll try. So this one might give us some more option here. So we'll change the skin back to white. And you can see some of these filaments have a green tab. That's the ones we selected in that print preference. So you can see the filaments you've sort of pre-selected. So we've got our white, we've got our brown. What else can we change? Maybe this one we can change to a green. Actually, we might reverse that. We'll go brown and then green here. And it's not quite all the way there. I'm trying to isolate a little bit more of this. So let's try 5 colors and see what changes. Change that to green, white, brown. Okay, that's getting pretty close now. I would like to see a little bit more segmentation, but I think this would be a pretty cool print. You could print this out and then you'd have a full color 3D print in those colors you selected. Just a warning, this isn't perfect yet. I think there is still some work to be done and it's only going to get better. This is kind of setting the bar for where things are at, and honestly, it's quite impressive. Instead of going into the slicer and having to manually paint things, you can now use AI to do that painting for you. But what I would like to see, if I was to give some feedback, is I would like to be able to drag some of these colors and apply it to different areas. And I would also like to see some way of creating regions where you can apply those colors as well. So I can hopefully isolate the hair out from the rest of the body, or part of the dress from the rest of the body. So in this case, I was able to select the hair. You could add one more color. So you do need to click around, see where it is isolated onto things. You know, something like that is much better looking in my opinion. So that would be a pretty cool model. But yeah, I think it's still a bit of a work in progress, and I would like to see a little more expansion into this feature. But where it stands right now is pretty impressive. Once you have a model that's ready to print and you've assigned all your colors, you're ready to send it off, you need to export it. So down the bottom here, you can select the type of file format you want. I normally use 3MF, and then you can click on the download button. That will then download, and then you can import that into your slicing software, which in my case would be Bambu Studio. If you want to see that whole process, stick around because I'm going to do another demonstration showing you how to do this particular model. And also, if you want more content like this in your YouTube feed, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so YouTube shows you more of the stuff that I'm producing. Okay, let's jump to the actual workflow section. So this is how we can produce something like this. It is a fairly simple model. It only has 2 colors, the orange for the salmon and then the white for the rice, but this is completely made by AI. So let me show you how we do that. Back on the home screen, the first thing we need to do is go to the 3D generation. So we need an image to upload so that the AI can then create a 3D model from that image. And what I like to use for image generation is Google Gemini. So if we jump over to Google Gemini and we create a new chat, then you can copy this prompt in, and this should give you the model or the image that you need to create a model from. So have a read through this and then copy it. You could also edit it a little bit if you want to do a different style 3D model. Otherwise, just copy it and you should get a similar result as I do. So once you drop in your prompt, you can then hit submit and give it a few moments and the image will create. Let's see what we get. Okay, perfect. So with these images, you want something that has a really clear white blank background. You don't want any background noise that's going to confuse the 3D generation model. You also want it to be sharp and in focus and plenty of detail. So then you would simply download this image by clicking here, give it a moment, and the image will download. Once that's downloaded, we jump back over to Hi3D and we can now upload our image. So we go to upload from local and we drop in the image we just created and downloaded, give that a moment to upload. And from here, we can just set the parameters that we need. So we'll stick to fast in this case. We just want a fast generation. You could go to quality if you want some more detail. We want the geometry and the textures as well. And you can also go into advanced settings and play around with this if you want, but I'm just going to leave that off. Then hit generate. And we give that a moment. It should take about 5 or so minutes. Okay, our model is done. Check this out. So here it is, and it looks pretty cool. Got the rice and the salmon on top, and yeah. The next step will be getting this into the multicolor feature. So we'll click on this area here down the bottom, multicolor print, and that loads the image or the asset model straight in, and then we can go to generate. And again, we'll skip forward 5 minutes and this should be done. Our colored model is now ready. Check it out. So here it is. And it's actually defaulted to just 2 colors, which I'm fine with. It's orange and white. You can't get much different than that. And because it's using AI, it's really simplifying the colors. So where our original image had lots of variations and gradients of oranges and whites, in this case, we're 3D printing with base colors. So orange and white, perfectly fine with me. Now I'm going to use my Bambu Lab H2C, which is in the background. You might be able to see it over there. It just depends on the printer that you're using. So let's download this and we'll send it over to Bambu Studio and we'll get it ready for 3D printing. So to do that, we'll jump down the bottom here and we'll change the file type to 3MF. I prefer that. And you click on download and this will export the model for us. Once that's exported and downloaded, we'll jump over to Bambu Studio. Now we're in Bambu Studio, we need to import the file we just downloaded. So we can go to File and Import and load in the file that we downloaded, which is this one. It might ask you it's not a 3MF. If you downloaded a 3MF file, it might say that it's not from Bambu Lab. You can just say OK. If you're using a Bambu Lab and Bambu Studio, you should get similar prompts to this. So it's asking us if we want to match the colors. We've got a white, which is going to be assigned to 9, and the orange, which is going to be assigned to 10. So I can actually change this if I want to. I want to use the orange instead. So that's more what I'm looking for. And I want to use 4, which is my white color. These are the colors that are currently in my machine. So I can click OK, and that should match the colors automatically for me. It's all ready to go. If you wanted to, you could paint on this using the painting tools in the Bambu Studio software. Maybe you could have a secondary yellow and just sort of paint in these areas here just to add a bit more color depth. But honestly, this is fine for me. Now, what I do like to do with these models, because they're not generally completely flat, and if I try and slice this now, it's going to add a lot of supports on the bottom and make for a very messy model. I like to just sort of cut it nice and flat so it has a base. So what I do is first we need to make sure that it is fairly flat. So we might need to rotate this just slightly. So we have a look around the model. So we might just rotate just a little bit this way. Just having a look around the model, making sure it doesn't need to really, you might need to make some fine adjustments, and then we can split it. So we go up to the top here, there is a split tool or a cut tool. Click on that. And the way this works is it's going to split it into 2 parts, and you can keep both parts or just one of them. What we want to do is bring this right down as close as we can to the build plate. So we're just going to slice off that bottom. I want to try and keep as much of that as I can. And it's still cutting into this. So I might actually need to rotate it just a little bit more. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to rotate it a little bit more. So we can go to this one, just a little bit, just to try and get that end up a bit more. And then we'll try and cut that again, bringing this down a little bit more. There we go. I think that will be better now. It's not going to cut into the salmon itself. It could actually go just a little bit higher, just a touch. So something like that. Now we want to keep this top blue area, but we don't need the bottom area anymore. We're just slicing that off to keep the base. So over here you have like a keep object. You can see the color is the blue and the purple, which is the bottom. Now we don't want to keep the object B. We only want to keep object A, so that one's still ticked. And we want where the cut is to be placed on the build plate. So you want place on cut. And then you can perform cut. And there you go, you got a nice flat base for 3D printing. Now you might need some supports first actually, so you can change your quality. It's set to 1.6, which is going to be a really high quality. You could bump that up a little bit to maybe 0.2 if you want a slightly faster print, so we might do that. And we also need to add some supports, so we can go to the support tab, turn on enable support. Tree will be fine in this case, and then we can slice print. Now, because I'm using a Bambu Lab H2C, it has these filament saver modes. Now, I'm going to use custom in my case because I want to manually assign my colors to the two nozzles. So we can say custom, and this is what I mean here. Now, I know that my orange is on my left side and the white is on the right side, so I can do that. Otherwise, you can do the filament saver mode and then follow the directions it gives you for the best filament savings. So we can click OK. It will slice through the model. And once that's ready, you can take a look, make sure it's all fine. And if you're happy with those results, you can then print plate and send that, and that will print out. So we can see this is a 3-hour print, not really that long. It's only using a small amount of filament. So there it is. That's my full workflow on how to use Hi3D to create a 3D model from an image and then also automatically apply color ready for 3D printing. If you are interested in trying this process for yourself, then check out the link in the description to the Hi3D platform and you can sign up for an account and get started today. If you found value in this content, then please consider subscribing to the channel, and thanks for watching.